Greetings, my name is Kat. If we haven't met before, welcome to another slow living video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about slow living when life gets busy. This is going to be a kind of life update, but I also hope that it will provide you with some tips for how to implement slow living into your life, even if you're feeling a wee bit busy and overwhelmed. So without further ado, let's begin. I know that with lockdowns lifting and things going back a wee bit more to normal, it can be tempting to return to that busy, fast-paced lifestyle again. So I just wanted to speak into that a wee bit today. So about 3 or 4 months nearly ago, I started a new job at a dementia specialist care home, and that's one of the main reasons why I've not been uploading videos as much recently. The first month or so of working at my job, it felt very rewarding and very engaging and very fulfilling, and it was really exciting to be out in the community doing work that felt meaningful. Over the last month or so though, I have been struggling a lot more. If I'm being completely honest, it's been a lot harder to implement slow living into my life since doing full-time shift work for a number of different reasons, one of which is that I often am quite sleep deprived. I often have shift patterns where I work till 10 o'clock at night and then I wake up again at 5:30 the next morning to start in work early again. And it has, if I'm being honest, had a really negative impact on my mental health. I have been a lot more anxious. I have been a lot more irritable and just feeling really fatigued and exhausted. And though I have creative ideas, feeling unable to actually sit down and make them because I just don't have the energy. And it's been really hard because I love making videos, I love creating, this is really where my passion lies. However, as time has gone on and there hasn't been space to get holidays due to just everything being booked up and there not being enough staff on shift, it has become very stressful and very anxiety inducing, and I just don't feel like I've got the space for recovery. So this last month or so, I've not been making videos as much in order to give myself that space for recovery, to look after my mental health, to rest, to spend time with loved ones. Here are some of the things I've been doing to try and continue implementing slow living into my working life. First of all, I have a mindful morning routine. It is nowhere near as long or as deep as my morning routines used to be. I do not have time to spend an hour journaling anymore, sadly, but every morning I try to do about 10 minutes of yoga, maybe 2 to 5 minutes of meditation, a wee bit of prayer, read a wee scripture, take some time to make myself some breakfast, and just really enjoy the moments. This job has meant that I'm waking up very early in the quiet of the morning, and it's been really lovely just to sit at my window and look out across the trees into the park behind me and just kind of enjoy being in the stillness of nature for a little while before I go into the craziness of the day. The other things that I've been doing to try and help the situation is I have been making sure every single day during my breaks to go outside. I'm very fortunate that at my workplace there's a very beautiful garden surrounding the home, and I have at times seen deer, foxes, all kinds of different wildlife, beautiful bird life and plant life, and that really helps me to centre and clear my head. I don't take my phone with me, I just go out, I get something to eat, I get a cup of tea to drink, I do some yoga, and that really helps. And then finally, spending time with loved ones. And that brings us on to work and relational life and balancing a slower life with a busy social life. One of the lovely things that has been new in the last few months or so is that my lovely brother Sam and his wife Shalane have managed to come across from America to spend some time in Scotland. So I have had some lovely brunches and some lovely times out with them, and yeah, it's been really encouraging and really uplifting because they are such motivational, inspiring people to be around. They have their own business and they're very encouraging of all that kind of thing. Besides just enjoying spending time with them and almost getting to know them again, as it's been like, I think nearly 2 years since I've seen them in person, has been wonderful. And it's also given me a great deal of perspective about the future and about this channel and about my own endeavours, and yeah, it's made me feel inspired to keep going with this channel and to not give up on my passion and to continue, even if that means that I have to slow things down a bit, even if that means that I'm not uploading every week. Just to make sure that I keep going is the main thing. So that's been really inspiring. Towards the end of their stay here, we were planning on going out for a whiskey tasting, which I was going to share on here, but all the whiskey tasting spots were all booked out, so we ended up going to a gin place, which I'd never had gin before, but when I got there, I think that it was meant to be.
I'm smiling, but you can't tell. We just look like we're gonna rob the pack.
With the eyes, Kat?
You smile with your eyes though, like it's totally obvious you're smiling.
Maybe it's a grimace.
Hey, there's one called Pilgrims.
Overall, spending time with them has been really wonderful. It's been probably some of the most socialising I've done in a wee while. I generally don't tend to say yes to social commitments very quickly, simply because my work is very heavily people-based, and while I wouldn't describe myself as a full-on introvert, there is definitely a very introverted side of me where I really need to be alone in order to rest and recover and recharge my batteries. So socialising a bit more, it has been hard to balance, but I suppose the overall message is to be selective about the social arrangements that you say yes to as we come out of this pandemic, to not automatically say yes to things just because you feel like you should, or to not say yes to things in the near future. You could say yes, but not now. There have been some dear friends of mine who I really want to see them, I miss them a lot, but I know that if I meet up with them in amidst the whirl of everything else going on in my life right now, I'm not going to have a lot to give. I'm going to feel very drained. I'm not going to have had the time and the space to recover. I'm not going to have been looking after my mental health and resting as much as I need to. So there are people who I've said, look, I value your friendship. I love you very dearly. Yes, I want to see you, but can we maybe do it a month from now as opposed to, say, next week or tomorrow? It's just about balancing expectations and not feeling pressurized into automatically saying yes to everything out of a feeling of obligation. That's my kind of message about implementing more mindfulness and so living into social life. We've covered work life, we've covered socialising / relational life. Now I want to talk about the more internal creative side of life. As I've mentioned, I love spending time alone. I love having times alone in my bedroom to paint or to video or to write or any other creative pursuit. Even if I'm terrible at it, it's just the process of creativity and trying something new and exploring myself and my relationship with God through these different mediums that brings a deep sense of peace that I can then carry forward into the rest of my life. I have not had as much space for that recently as I would like to, but I am feeling very inspired. I have recently been interviewed by my dear friend Katie for her project Chats with Creatives. She is a writer and an artist, and I always come away from conversations with her feeling incredibly inspired. We chatted about this channel, a lot of the inspiration behind it, my creative processes, and also slow living, particularly slow living when life gets busy, and we go into a lot of detail about all that kind of thing. So if you want to find out more, definitely check out the link down below and you can read the full interview. As time goes on, my work does continue to be very stressful, and though I make the most of it, I am exploring other options in terms of potentially reducing my hours and such like, so I will hopefully be posting a wee bit more in the near future. I have been filming behind the scenes even though I've not been editing and putting stuff up, so over the next few weeks I will have more content out. But most excitingly, I have recently developed a new website. I did have a website originally, but it got hacked as one of you lovely people got in touch with me to let me know, which I did not even notice because I have not been updating it very regularly. However, I have now done a massive update and relaunch of my website on a different hosting platform, and I'm very excited about how it's turned out. I am posting new content on there all the time. You can find the transcripts to my videos on there. You can find other content that I've not posted on this channel, more personal life updates and that kind of thing. I have created it with the aim of it feeling like a sanctuary of calm in the whirl of 21st century life. So I definitely recommend you go check that out and let me know what you think of it. You can send me an email on pilgrimcat@gmail.com, or you can comment down below in any of my videos. In a nutshell, I've been finding work really stressful, but I've been implementing slow living in the little ways I can through it, and I have been continuing to find ways to create space in my life for creativity, for spirituality, for my church family, for my biological family, and also for friends. Life is crazy sometimes, and I would love to live in a little log cabin in the woods or in a cottage by the seaside, and maybe someday that will happen. But right now it's not happening. Right now I am in an intense, fast-paced job, trying to juggle all the newness that comes from lockdown lifting and relationships and balancing just general working life, social life, family life, and my online creative life. But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. I'm determined to get there. I'm excited about the future. I'm already making changes in my life, which would give me the space to look after my mental health, be there for family, and hopefully also be there for you guys. Thank you so much for every single one of you who has commented on my videos over these last few months, particularly those who have reached out to me noticing that I've not uploaded as much recently. Thank you so much. It really lifts my heart, and it gives such a beautiful sense of connection and community, and I really don't want to lose it. So I will still be uploading over the next few weeks and months, and trying to upload more frequently. Not as frequently as before, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to pressurize myself into uploading weekly, but at least every 3 or 4 weeks I will be putting out new videos, and hopefully increasing over time. We'll see how it goes. If you have enjoyed this video, if you have lasted until now and all my rambling, thank you. Do like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell for future content. It's one of the best ways to support this channel. But until next time, it was lovely to have you here.